Hey you guys, I am back with another video. I wanted to share another vision I had this morning. This was very different from other visions I've had in the past in the sense of how it was shown to me. Typically, I have in the past a few times have had visions inside of dreams, but this one was a little different because although I was in a dream inside a dream, I was constantly waking up inside the dream to multiple visions back to back. So the very first vision I received, like I said, in my dream, I was dreaming. And I opened my eyes a little bit and I saw a magazine that was in my hands. Everything that was shown to me was in my hands. So as I was looking at this magazine, the first thing I noticed were Easter decorations. I saw Easter eggs decorated that were scattered throughout the ground. And I saw this very tall bunny rabbit that was very demonic looking. And I could see these bunny rabbits scattered throughout this picture in this magazine that were very demonic. As I was still looking, I saw this huge white full moon, and I saw these black birds flying in the midst of that moon. Beneath that, I saw Trump standing, and he was speaking, he was talking to someone. I don't know who it was. And right next to Trump was written in black, JFK. I'm still looking at this magazine, and towards the bottom corner, or not the bottom corner, but towards the bottom, I could see the words written in black, the end of the world. As I'm still looking at this picture, I can see a scene that was depicting a destruction of some sort. It was not made known to me what kind of destruction had took place, but I saw the aftermath of that destruction. I woke up briefly from this dream, inside the dream, and as my eyes were opening slowly, I saw documents appear in my hands. I'm looking in my hands and I could see what looked to be title deeds or deeds. And I was flipping through because there were many of them that I was looking at, and I was trying to capture everything that I was seeing on these documents. But for whatever reason, at the time I didn't know, but now I understand. But at the time, I didn't understand why I could not read clearly what was on there, because I saw it was a lot of verbiage on these documents, but it would not allow me to see them clearly. And as I looked up from these documents, I saw Trump standing in front of me. And the look that he was giving me was a look of confusion, because I knew instantly that he did not understand how I was able to see these things in the spiritual realm. And I felt a sense of fear come over me. And when I looked back down, the documents had disappeared. And I was waking up from that vision. As my eyes were opening from what I was being shown, I saw what looked to be a chest next to me in the bed in this dream. I I sat up a little bit in the bed in the dream, and I saw what was the chest was decorated very beautifully, and it had silver trimmings, like silver decorations or silver outlines on the side of the chest. But it was in the color of different pastel colors that you would see used in Easter decorations. When I opened the chest, there were various boxes inside this chest that were decorated very beautifully as well. And each individual box had a white cloth ribbon tied perfectly on each one. I picked up the very first one that was on top, and it was very heavy. My instant thought was, I thought it was coins, money of some sort. When I pulled on the ribbon and I opened the lap to see what was inside, it was marbled eggs. And the eggs were decorated again very beautifully. And the colors again were the colors of pastel blue, pinks, and purples. Again, colors that you would see when you look at Easter decorations. I did not fully understand what I was being shown, but I remember as I closed the lid, I was starting to wake up from this vision. As I was opening my eyes more, I went into another vision. And this time I could see what looked to be like I was holding brown, like a brown paper bag type of material, but as I kept looking, I could see a picture of what looked to be the little boy that is depicted in the I Pet Goat movie or cartoon. And I'll insert a picture of him right here. But I don't know for sure why I was shown the little boy from that movie or cartoon. I saw him and he looked to be of great despair. And I could see other children kind of scattered abroad in this setting of what I was looking at. It was almost like it was another type of magazine of some sort. And the children that were depicted were very sad looking. Um, as I was coming out of that vision, again, my eyes were opening slowly, and I instantly was shown something in my hands that looked to be a movie. And I was watching this movie play out where I could see this scene of muddy waters. I mean, the waters were extremely muddy. And I could see these children, um, they were crawling in this water. And these were very young children. And they looked to be very terrified. And as I was watching this scene, I could see mangled body parts just in the midst of these waters. I saw a mangled leg and an arm. And as these children were just crawling through these muddy waters, they were just crawling in the midst of these body parts. Um, it was very disturbing, very disturbing. The imagery was, it was really hard to see. And I could see this man, he was ushering these children to move in the direction that they were going. He was the one directing them to go in this direction. And he was very evil. And he kept saying, yes, burn, yes, burn. And it was just very wicked. Um, Honestly, I had to wait to share this because that part, it really was hard. It was really hard to capture in words, or to try to put in words, because the visual was a lot to see. Um, After I saw that, I pretty much just I did I tried to wake up again inside the dream, and I saw another vision. This time I could see different men, which I felt were different world leaders of some sort. They were all gathered in threes or fours, just kind of scattered among this page that I was looking at. And I remember seeing Donald Trump in the midst of one of these groups. And I think I saw Vladimir Putin in one of the groups. I can't be 100% certain. I kind of feel like I did see him though. And after that, I just I felt like there were more. I know there was more that I saw, but I just can't remember everything. But eventually I did wake up. Now, a lot of what was being shown to me was depicting children. It was something in regards to children. You had the Easter themes that I feel, I don't know for sure if it's given a timeline because we're literally approaching Easter. I don't know if it's something that's going to happen this year. But it was very, I know, specific as far as it showing Easter as a theme in some of the visions that was shown to me. I know for myself, I do not celebrate Easter. To those of you who may not know, Easter definitely has pagan origins. Um, it comes from the worship of the goddess of Ishtar. That's where we get the word Easter. And there were a lot of demonic rituals that they performed during this ceremony, during this time. So I know that's why it showed it in the vision as being very demonic. As far as me seeing the full moon, the way it was showed, it was very it gave you creepy vibes because it's one of those type of settings you would see if you were watching like a scary movie. You know, you would always see some type of demonic activity when it came to like a full moon. And at, you know, it was just, The vibe, I knew it was creepy as I was watching it. And then I saw Trump, and I told you I saw the words JFK, or the letters JFK, written in black. To be honest, my first instinct was, I felt as if that was representing a assassination, or it was alluding to the fact that some kind of way Trump was going to be removed. Um, and then I told you guys I saw written in black, the end of the world, which I do believe a lot of us know that we are in the end. And then I saw a depiction. I saw a picture of destruction. And like I said before, I don't know how that destruction came. I just saw the aftermath of it. Um, I also shared with you guys that right after this vision, I went into another vision, and I saw myself holding deeds, multiple deeds. When I first woke up from this dream, I thought this was literal, but now I understand that these were spiritual deeds. And the reason why Trump was standing in front of me as I was looking at these deeds is because these deeds represented Trump's deeds. The reason why I could not read and see what was written on these deeds clearly is because I was not given permission to see those things, because we all have deeds that, we're going to have to answer to God. And it's not in my authority to know the deeds of any person. It's only God's authority. And that's why I could not see what was written, because it was not for me to see. But God wanted me to understand that here it is, I'm being shown Trump's deeds right after I see JFK written next to him. So to me, I took it as God was allowing me to see why Trump was going to be removed. And it was because of his deeds. And the reason why Trump was looking at me the way that he was, in the sense of not understanding why I was able to see the things I was seeing, is because I think that is how it is with a lot of unbelievers, people who don't believe in God. They don't understand that when you are truly being used by God, and when you are following him, he does choose certain people to reveal hidden things to, hidden mysteries to. And that was the look of confusion that he had on his face. He couldn't understand how I was able to see these things spiritually. Now, I don't know why, like I said before, I don't know why God showed me the boy in the iPet goat movie. It's been a long time since I've watched that, but I know God chose that character for a reason. And to those of you who understand the breakdown of what part one and part two was referring to and what it represented, you may fully understand why I was being shown the boy character in that movie. And I would be very interested in knowing what your take is, but I do know it was specific why God chose that character, that boy, in that I Pay Goat movie. But I do feel that when I saw the children in those muddy waters and I saw the mangled body parts, I truly believe that God was showing me the torture and, just the inhumane abuse that children are going through, innocent children are going through, when it comes to abortions that are taking place. And there's two verses that I want to read to you guys, and I'm going to insert it here.
Deuteronomy 12:31. You shall not worship the Lord your God in that way, for every abominable thing that the Lord hates, they have done for their gods, for they even burn their sons and their daughters in the fire to their gods. Leviticus 18:21. You shall not give any of your children to offer them to Molech, and so profane the name of your God. I am the Lord.
So the reason why I chose those two verses is because, if you remember, I said that I saw this really evil man, and he was the one that was responsible in ushering these innocent children through the muddy waters. He was telling them where to go. And as he was seeing these children crawling through these muddy waters, he was just saying, yes, burn, yes, burn. And he had this evil, sinister, like, smile, like he was so, like, excited, and so, like, it was so twisted. But he got off on wanting to see the torture and the pain of children. um and this is why these verses stand out to me, because I do believe the Lord is revealing why judgment is coming upon this land. This is not the only reason, but this has a lot to do with the judgment, because there's so many children that have gone through the fire of Molech. They have been sacrificed and they have been tortured. Um, and it's very disturbing to me. It's very disturbing. There's a lot of innocent blood that's crying out from this land, from this nation. And so, you know, all I can do is come on here and share with you all what I'm being shown. When I laid down last night, I didn't ask to see any of this. I just went to sleep like I normally do. And to be shown these things, even about Trump, I know some will disagree. And I know that there are some who still believe what they believe when it comes to Trump, you know, being a man of God and believing that he's here to save this nation. I'm always asking the Lord to show me truth. And like I said last night, I wasn't thinking about Trump. I really wasn't. So for me to see this about him, it really confirms to me that what I've been feeling and what I've been seeing this whole time and throughout this time of me praying and asking the Lord for truth, he's confirming it even more. And, you know, I don't wish anything bad on Trump. But the thing is, we all, like I said, we all have to give an account for the things that we do while we are alive on this earth. And if our deeds are not pleasing to God, and if our deeds have been contrary and have been in opposition to the will of God, we're going to have to answer for that too. I do want to add one more vision because I never shared it with you all, but a couple of weeks ago, I had a vision where I was literally shown flashes of different men. I felt like they were world leaders. But every picture that I saw that was flashed before my eyes, they all had one thing in common. They all had a picture in the background of a phallus. And to those of you who may not understand or know what a phallus is, I will insert a picture of one here. But they all had a picture of a phallus in the background of every picture that was being shown. And after the pictures stopped flashing before my eyes, I heard either, it was one or two things. Either I heard it's about to begin or it's starting now. That's what I heard. And I had the understanding when I came out of this vision that these were world leaders. I didn't fully understand the phallus part, but I do understand what the phallus symbolizes. And I don't know if this was referring to the New World Order coming together, all of the world leaders coming together to start the New World Order. That's initially what I was thinking when I came up out of this vision. But again, I had this 2 weeks ago. So I just wanted to insert that here. And again, just take this to the Lord in prayer. But I love you all. If I receive anything else, I promise I will let you guys know. God bless you all. Love you. Bye.